Friends, Archangel here. Naples, New York. A tragic story Sunday out of Ontario County where a man died after falling into a frozen pond while trying to save his dog. It happened on Route 21 in South Bristol. 34-year-old Gavin Brown and his fiancée were vacationing at Jim's Adirondack house. The couple is originally from New York City. Police say Brown took his dog for a walk around 1 a.m. and somehow his dog fell into the pond. Brown then ran inside to tell his fiancée. He went back out and she heard him go on the ice and fall through, said Bill Gallagher, lieutenant of Ontario County Sheriff's Department. Brown's fiancée quickly called 911 and first responders arrived after a short time. They were able to locate the body under the ice at the bottom of the pond, and recovery was made within an hour at that point. When the victim was recovered from the pond, he was deceased. Gallagher says they receive several calls a year for animals through the ice, usually around this time. The ice is melting, it's cracking, getting thinner and thinner, so it's certainly not safe for anyone to be on the ice at this time, explains the lieutenant. Earlier in the year, when we had the hard freeze, it was okay for people to be on the ice. But now no one should be on the ice. The article further goes on to say civilians shouldn't try this. Stay off the ice, he urges. The other problem is that the water is so cold now, when you go into this water in this type of weather, your chances of survival are very slim. Brown's body was taken to Geneva General Hospital, where an autopsy will confirm his cause of death. His dog did survive. So, here we have a guy who takes his beloved pet on a walk at 1 a.m., which is admirable in itself. Most people simply let their dog go outside at that time of day and in that temperature, while they wait inside nice and cozy for Bingo to do his business. However, he takes his buddy for a walk, and the dog, exploring, as dogs do, got onto the ice and fell through. This is the moment of truth, the revealing of character. This guy could go for some sort of help. And though the article is unclear, they are at a vacation house. And the beauty of a vacation house is that usually neighbors are far and few between, and so time is ticking. What does he do? On the one hand, he has a life to plan. After all, he had a fiancée, and he could have easily written off this four-legged pet as unfortunate collateral damage, secondary in importance to his own life. Yet the love in a male's heart could not let him sit idle while his friend splashes and gulps for air in freezing water. So, out of concern for his fiancée, he quickly tells her what's going on. Then he, in haste, does the only thing he can. He attempts rescue as time is short. Long story short, he falls in as well and drowns, most likely hastened by hypothermia. Anyhow, he did succeed in saving his dog. His gift was not in vain. This is true courage. This is the love in a male's heart to risk and give his life for a friend. However, the article has tones of "it was his fault," with such statements as "civilians shouldn't try this." Like he was to blame for letting the dog get near the pond, then he was a schmuck for going out himself after seeing his mutt fall through. Then of course we have the female who did what females do. They call 911. And consider themselves heroic for helping out. The article says nothing about her attempting rescue. She knows her fiancé has fallen through because she dialed 911. To have males come out and do what she lacks the courage or selflessness to do, which would be to help her man. I'm not saying she needed to go on the pond, but she could have thrown him a rope or found something inflatable to toss him, that way he could have clung to it, something. The point is, she acted just as females do. They think about their safety first and foremost, whereas males think about the safety of everyone else. You see, her immediate response was to stay safe and call for males to come and do these things for her. The article doesn't state if she attempted rescue, but if she had, they most assuredly would have printed it because we herald anything females do, and the gynocentric hordes would love to know if a sister went out and acted in some sort of brave fashion so they could cluck about how great females are. As it sits, we have some dude who ignorantly went out on the ice to get his dog type article, concluded with a "his body was taken to Joe Blow Hospital," etc. Nothing about heroics. Well, I say he is a hero. He had the heart of a male, and though he perhaps did not logically think through his course of action and taking his person out onto the pond, still, when the moment of truth hits, you either jump on the grenade to save your friends or not. There isn't time to think, I wonder if I find something to shield my friends against this grenade, or maybe if I grab the handle quickly I can stop it from exploding. No, in the moment of truth, you are either hero and selfless or not. And in this man's moment of truth, he rose to claim his status of male greatness. People will insinuate he was perhaps stupid for going out on the ice. Well, I say in his heart was nothing but greatness. Furthermore, he is now free of the misery that his impending marriage statistically would have brought him. My friends, males are great, and this is simply another example. Stand with me, live free.